So that's the situation. And then we are still struggling because now the Amana, government of the day now, they have created the Amana and then they have empowered them. That is to coordinate all Arabic Islamic education in this country. And then the Amana again is trying now to enhance the syllabus of the Amana with that of West African Examinations Council.
In fact, Alaji Kebajan, you've just touched a point which I also raised during my stay in Mecca during the pilgrimage. I met some students who were studying in Saudi Arabia, and I asked them whether they are doing both English and Arabic jurisprudence. And unfortunately, they told me they're not doing English. I told them, look, you would gain more prominence in life. I mean, because if you come back to Gambia, I mean, you will just be assigned the work of a Islamic teacher and stuff like that. But you have more opportunity, just like some of you do have here. You're versed in English and Arabic. He's also versed in English and Arabic. Likewise, you can have international jobs. You can work in the foreign service here in the Gambia. I mean, these are the opportunities. Why are some of these students not doing both languages at the same time in their studies in the North African countries?
Well, it all depends on the school or the university or educational institutions that has sponsored you. But for example, in Egypt, where some of us have been educated,
did you go to the Al-Azhar?
All of us, Al-Azhar, that's right. Mr. Jan, Mr. Gassama did Sudan, and he was also in Cairo. You know, I did Al-Azhar. So in Al-Azhar, it all is left to you as a student in the past. English is not a compulsory subject, but it is offered at all levels, from the secondary to the university. And then you can study any subject without exception, including medicine in English, agriculture. We do have agricultural engineers who were my contemporaries in Egypt, like the late Hassan Jan, and then you also have the Imam of Kotu, Alhaj Mas Mbai, and others. They did agricultural engineering in Egypt. But in Saudi Arabia, it's a different case. The university, the Islamic University of Medina, is somehow different from other universities. It is more conservative, more focused on the Islamic education, Islamic Sharia,
theology, in other words.
Theology, and so on and so forth. So in most cases, you may have a special program in order to develop yourself in another language, but mostly not through the same educational system as it does exist in Islamic University of Medina. And then, of course, in Riyadh, it's more open to some extent. You can also have access to the English language, if you so wish. And of course, they also have an institute there to teach those who are not fluent in Arabic, to teach them Arabic. You go to Morocco, you go to Tunisia, you have access to French education. In Algeria, you have access to French education. But as I said, even in Kuwait, you have access to English education. In Bahrain, you have access to English education. So mostly it depends on where the students has been graduated. But now, English is so important to the Arabs as well, that wherever you go, you can really have access to the English language. Some of us, Malik, you would be surprised, definitely try to make ourselves while we were in Egypt. We did not try, our parents did not allow us to join English schools here when, when we were young. But when we went to Egypt, we did everything that we humanly possible to be able to integrate ourselves into our society in terms of, English. And
Gentlemen, I would want to hear your comments. Yes,
In
yes.
fact,
yes.
I want to come in here. First, I just wanted to make a follow-up comment on what my brother and friend, Mr. Keba Jan, said about the evolution of the Arabic Islamic education in the Gambia. He gave a very insightful presentation on this issue, and he made mention of two names that have gone down in the annals of the contemporary Arabic Islamic education in the country. Those of the late Ustaz Maska and the late Ustaz Hattab Bojang. Well, they were our elders, but the role they played, and they were friends also, and the role these two figures played in the promotion of Islam and the Arabic education in this country was tremendous. And I think they inspired a lot of those who came after them, who are now among our great Arabic Islamic scholars. But when it comes to the question you put to Ambassador Drame about the lack of focus or concentration on English alongside Arabic, here I would say that unfortunately, the first generation of Arabists in this country have not made much effort in this area. In fact, knowing that you come from an Anglophone country, from an English background, the official language of this country being English, for you to be able to play your role in society effectively, you need to have a good command of both languages.
Absolutely.
And in fact, it comes through personal efforts, personal development, self-development. You put your mind to it, you can do it. Mr. Ambassador Drame is a living example of it. And
Both of you,
I think all three of us are, yeah. So I don't see, there is no big deal about it. You just have to put your mind to it, and with a little bit of determination and personal effort, you can achieve it. I would say it's unfortunate that almost close to 80% of the Arabists in this country today are not conversant with the language, with the English language.
That is correct.
They have not. In fact, that prompted me at some point. I was here last year, and I approached one of the newspaper
Observer? Or
houses.
The Point?
Yeah, The Point. I think The Point or The Observer, to suggest that I would want to start an Arabic weekly. You know, just to create a conduit for our non-English speaking Arabists to have access to news, the printed version, but compare us to our colleagues in Senegal, for example, next door. The majority of them are bilinguals.
Bilingual, if not
Some are even
multilingual.
trilinguals. So I don't see any reason why we cannot just be like them.
Certainly.
But fortunately, the trend has started changing, as Ambassador Drame put it. Now, the younger generation, the majority of them, I can say, have started doing both languages. And in fact, it's not only the language aspect. The other aspect here is